What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
Things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully nobody came to hear about how the gay aliens took the telecom system down, because I just couldn't resist with that headline. they will they will never learn. And I'm speaking to the prepper channels that every time any little thing happens, boy, they just rush to that camera, and everything's worst case scenario, and then they got to lay out, well, what if this happens, and what if this happens, and then they got a whole line of things for you to do. And the funny part of it is half of their plans are only halfway through. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'm still asking the same question, and I have not had a single one answer it yet. And what about recovery? We got survival. You got your food. You got your solar generator. You got, you got your medical. You got your guns. You got your, body armor. What about recovery? How does that look? And I think they're all still staring with the blank face. I don't think they have a clue. I don't think they have a clue. I don't even think that they know how to address it or even look at it. Why? Because it's not been a part of the circle jerk discussion. I mean, they all reach over to the right or the left. I don't know. I don't participate. But they all reach over to one direction or the other. And every once in a while they let a new person in. But none of them's got any new ideas. And it's crazy because if you're not in their club, well, then you don't know nothing. You just don't know nothing. By the way, coming from somebody that doesn't know nothing, how's that trucker boycott of New York City doing? Oh, it's not? Oh. You know how many people came down on me because of those videos I made? I don't know what to tell people. I do not know what to tell them. People need to use some common sense. People need to be able to discern some loudmouth trucker on Twitter and a few people shouting out, behind them in support, and an actual organized event. I didn't see anything organized over the whole damn thing, as far as it was just a bunch of people blowing smoke on Twitter. That's all it was. We really do need to do something. And I'm not saying necessarily over this ordeal with Trump. People need to forget about that guy. That's another thing I don't understand. You sit there and you attack the Second Amendment like he did. Got the most gun legislation, encouraged the most gun legislation to be put in place since Bill Clinton was in office. That's pretty monumental. All the different stuff Obama tried to do, unbelievable. He walks in and everybody accepts it. Why? Well, because he's Donald Trump. Whatever. Those same folks are the ones that were listening completely to Chicago Ray. Not Chicago Ray Epps by chance, is it? I just, asking for a friend. But the prepping channels are coming out today in full force. And, it's the cyber attack. It's, and BP's actually the only one that came out and said anything about the possibility of it being due to the solar flares. Of course, Suspicious Observers, which isn't really a prepping channel, he reported on it. Now, I don't know that anybody knows if that is a factor or not. Does it look like hacking? Does it look like a cyber attack? No. No. What you got is a bunch of people that want to run to their cameras to make content. Because clicky, 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 ching, ching, ching. That's how it works. And so anything that hits the news cycle that they think that they can garner attention for, they're going to run to their camera, and it's not going to stop. Meanwhile, I'm still asking the same question of all the channels out there, every single prepping channel out there. What about recovery? What are your plans for recovery? Because you're going to run out of food, and don't tell me that you and your little crew is enough to be able to plant, harvest, and process enough food to feed you and yours and your livestock. Don't even tell me that. I've got common sense. I don't come at these prepping channels to be an asshole. However, they have been assholes to me from jump. And like I always say, it's an input-output world. And if I'm walking down the street and you walk up to me and you hit me in the face, I'm hitting you back. I'm not going to take no shit, especially from a bunch of dipshits that barely know how to turn on a camera to record a video. They're going to save the world. They are going to tell everybody how to survive in the end times. No recovery plan. Not even a single stitch of a recovery plan. That is not sustainable. But they sure in the hell got everybody thinking that they are on top of it. So I'm going to ask one more time for the prepper channels. I'll be nice to you if you contact. In fact, I'll actually have a little bit of respect for you if you can actually reach out. Tell me, what's your recovery plan? How are you going to plant, harvest, and process enough food for your people and your livestock? I just want to know. Because I sewed all that shit up over a decade ago. And the reason that I want to have this conversation is not to rub a damn thing in your face. It's so that your listeners, because I don't have the listeners, it's so that your listeners have the information, because I thought that's what was important. But clearly not. What's important is finding something happening in the news cycle and rushing and turning on a camera and pleading for that click, 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 ching, ching, ching. I just want to help. That's it. That is it. And I've said it before. Nobody's got to even say a damn word about where it came from. Just speak it. Just let people know about it. Because without a recovery plan, you're not even given the littlest bitty faint of hope. Howdy, Jason. How you doing, brother? I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to give people a chance. And without some kind of recovery plan in motion, all you're doing is prolonging their death. So, yeah, I don't have anything really to share when it comes to gay aliens taking out the telecom system. No, I don't know what it was that did take out the telecom system. I couldn't tell you if it had anything to do with the flares. I can tell you that's not hacking. So, and I honestly think that either it's something related to the flare or it's something, as it's been said, either human error or some type of a breakdown in the system, some type of a network issue. I know a thing or two about hacking, maybe, and that wasn't hacking. It was not hacking. Coffee. Coffee's not hacking either. It is good, though. You're here for the news on the Galians. Have to even put that one up. Hell yeah, the Galians. And then, it's just going to lead to the Hegelian dialectic. You know that, right? I did, though, today do a little bit of playing. That's where the thumbnail image came from. That is the Dune ornithopter, I think is what they call it, from Dune. And so I gave it the old Black Ops paint job. That's it over the Hollywood sign. That's it at a golf course in L.A. And then this is a close-up of the interior, because I actually did the interior too. So I was actually playing with another texture right up until like 20 minutes before the show. And I got it, it's snow camo. It's pretty badass looking. I don't have any pictures of it yet. But I just loaded up the sim and just looked at it to see if it turned out. And I mean, it looks awesome. So I'm going to do up, I think I'm going to do up a set, a texture or a livery set. And that way, when people get it off of the flightsim.to, it won't just be one texture. It'll be a whole set of textures. Like that's called Black Ops, and then the snow camo one I called Snow Ops. And I'm going to have one called Woods Ops, which will be obviously the woodland camo. And then I'm going to continue from there. There's ACU, different colors of ACU camo. So I'll do up, I don't know, 5 or so, maybe 6. Does it? The character look like you? I don't know. That's just the stock character that they put in it. So yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't know if it'll let me reopen. Yeah, it will. That dude, huh? I don't know if they'll let me, or I was gonna say, that's the stock one. That's not even the regular pilot. I'm not sure where that guy is located. I haven't found him yet. If I can find him, I'll do up his uniform to match with the particular paint job on the aircraft. So that thing is so much fun to fly, though. I mean, that thing is insane. I love it. There's a full view of it. I love that thing. That thing is so fun to fly. But I'm gonna do a performance job on it. So, cause it'll do just almost. I think it'll do almost 600 knots. So I'm gonna play around with the files. I'm gonna have it doing at least Mach 1, if not Mach 2, and I think the rest of it's pretty cool. I think the rest of it's pretty fine. All I want to do is, it's got like an afterburner, which makes it go so fast. All I'm going to do is crank that up. And the rest of it, I think it's pretty spot on. It's like I say, it's a lot of fun. It's a blast. I want to put a true, because it doesn't have a panel, really, to speak of. And I want to put a true panel in it, or at least a HUD. Because there's nothing that tells you your altitude and your speed and all of that. So I want to fix that. Anyway. Days off are coming. So I might be looking at putting a HUD in it tomorrow. I think I can figure out how to put the HUD in. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'll just copy the HUD out of the F-18. Put it in there. So, anywho, I guess we'll probably know over the coming days, maybe, what happened with the telecom system. I'm not that concerned with it. I know there's a lot of people coming out today. Oh my gosh, now we really got to think about this and what's going to happen. And okay, what's your recovery plan? What's that look like? You know, I mean, unbelievable. I mean, if somebody just started prepping yesterday, that's one thing. But the majority of the people seeking that content didn't start prepping yesterday. And they already know the basics. You need to have something for communication. You need to have something for alternative power. You need to... It's the same stuff every time. No recovery plan, though. Not a bit. That's why I ride their asses. Anywho, gonna make it, I think, an easy night. I am looking forward to crashing and getting up and playing with trying to put a HUD in and maybe whipping out a couple of more textures. Let's see, what is this? A 6.3 earthquake? Oh, my nose itching. Hang on, let me come over here and we'll pull that up. Just happened, I got an email. Should I stop the live stream and cut out a video about the earthquake? Oh my gosh, look at that, we're all gonna die. 6.3, there's gonna be a tsunami that's gonna wipe out all of South America. But there was just an earthquake right there. 6.3. Oh. Right there. 6.3. So. Southern East Pacific rise. So that just happened. I'll get emails for anything over a 6. You know, kind of like the women, they're not interested in anything under a 6. That's pretty much how I got my earthquake thing set up. You know, I'm just saying. Alright, let's do some news so I can get out of here and tomorrow I can play some more. I don't play often, so I gotta take advantage of it when I'm in the mood. Alright. Arming Ukraine with F-16, and I didn't put these in any particular order tonight. Blame it on the gay aliens. Arming Ukraine with F-16s could trigger nuclear war, says Medvedev. Supplying Ukraine with F-16 fighter jets poses a risk of triggering a nuclear conflict, former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev has warned. NATO member states are currently training Ukrainian pilots to operate F-16s ahead of the expected transfer of the aircraft. Kiev has been asking for the Western fighter jets for months, saying they were needed to combat Russian air superiority. An accidental, unintentional outbreak of a nuclear conflict is not something to be discarded, which is why all those machinations around Ukraine are dangerous, Medvedev said in an extensive interview with Russian journalists, as quoted by TASS on Thursday. The deputy head of Russia's National Security Council cited the U.S.-designed aircraft as a possible trigger, noting that Kiev wants them despite having no ground infrastructure to operate them. So if one of those planes takes off from a NATO nation on a Ukrainian mission, what would that be? An attack on Russia. I shall not describe what could happen next, he said. Such a development may not even be sanctioned, or may not even sanctioned by the NATO leadership and the U.S. Russian officials previously warned that delivering F-16s to Ukraine would be highly problematic, considering that the jets can deploy nuclear gravity bombs. Medvedev said Russia's standoff with the U.S. and its allies was not at a stage where it would force people to hide in a nuclear shelter, but described it as worse than the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, The doomsday clock is ticking and has sped up considerably, he added. So I think that is a lot of pandering, to be honest. When it comes to capability of deploying a nuclear gravity bomb, I'm pretty sure that they could at least, bailing wire one up to one of their current jets if they really wanted to. They probably wouldn't use bailing wire, though. They might. I don't know. The end is nay, huh? Oh, man. Uh-oh, I got huffed for that one. Just so you know, totally got huffed. It was a big one, too. She hates my jokes. Worse than you guys. Alright. Ship ablaze after missile attack in Gulf of Aden, says UK Navy. A vessel caught fire after being hit by 2 missiles southeast of the Yemeni port of Aden on Thursday, the United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations has said. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack. It comes after Houthi militants have escalated attacks on vessels in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. The militants, who control large parts of Yemen, have been targeting merchant ships in response to Israel's military operation in Gaza, which started in October. I hate when they keep going over that. The United States and the UK have formed an international coalition to protect the navigation in the area. Thursday's incident took place 70 nautical miles from Aden, and the coalition forces are responding, according to the UK MTO, which is monitoring service operated by British Navy. An investigation is underway, it added. There has been no official information so far on the type of the vessel that was struck, damage, or casualties. According to the Associated Press, ship tracking data helped identify the vessel as Palau, I'm not sure, flagged cargo ship named Islander that had been coming from Thailand bound for Egypt. Earlier this week, the Houthis claimed to have targeted an Israeli cargo vessel, a number of U.S. warships, and a British vessel in an incident described as catastrophic, causing the crew to abandon ship. Now, I want to take particular note to the comment that no one has claimed responsibility. Well, there's one thing that we know. When the Houthis do something, they jump up and down and scream and let everybody know. So, I'll have to say I'm a little suspect of this. There's another reason I'm a bit suspect of it. The Houthis want to damage stuff that belongs to Israel or the West, not to Egypt, right? So, I don't know, I couldn't tell you about Thailand. So, I kind of have to question, especially if they're not coming out and saying they did it. False flag, anyone? This is funny. I watched Tim Pool play with this a little bit. Racist Google AI suspended after historic failure. Says here the Gemini artificial intelligence program will not be allowed to generate images of people pending a patch, Google announced on Thursday after critics panned it as absurdly woke and blatantly racist. Formerly known as Bard, Gemini was launched earlier this month and advertised as Google's most capable family of models able to generate captivating images. When asked for images of U.S. founding fathers, Russian emperors, French kings, popes, and even 1930s Nazi German soldiers, the AI returned results celebrating the modern U.S. concept of diversity instead. White people appeared to be the only racial category that Gemini refused to show, according to a Fox Business summary of their experiment with the AI. On Wednesday, Google said it was aware that Gemini is offering inaccuracies in some historical image generation depictions, By Thursday, the company announced it was already working to address the recent issues with the image generation feature, adding that requests to generate images of people will be paused until the release of an improved version. Gemini users have posted numerous examples of inaccuracies on X, including a black man and a South Asian-looking woman dressed up as the head of the Roman Catholic Church, black and Asian Vikings, and American founders who were nothing of the sort. So, absolutely insane. Another user posted a thread in which Alexandre Dumas' Three Musketeers were both racially diverse and female, just like the two greatest czars of Russia. Oh, man. Absolutely insane. I don't know why I'm yawning so bad now. Another widely circulating example showed Gemini insisting on diversity among the Nazis as well. Crazy. This I wanted to point out. U.S. farmers face harsh economics with record corn supplies in silos. Reason I wanted to point this out is because if you recall, maybe you don't, last year, I'm going to mention them again, the prepper channels were really beating that drum about how we were going to run out of corn, we were all going to die because of the shortages of corn. Remember that? I remember that. Now, they got so much corn that they don't know what to do with it. And the cost of, the prices they can sell it for is way down because a bunch of them have a bunch of it. So they don't know what they're going to do with all this corn. It's like coming out their ears, pun intended. And I thought we were all going to die from shortages. It's amazing, though. It's amazing. And somebody had made this comment on one of my posts. They never come back and say, I wasn't right about this. They just go right on to the next thing, and it's just never ending. Absolutely never ending. And you can't address them on it. You can't address them on it because you're just jealous. No, I'm just accurate and honest and not looking to fill a bunch of subscriber spots and make a bunch of money. But they're muddying up the news. And the more they muddy up the news, the quicker we're not going to be able to provide it. Because the boot's about ready to come down. U.S. performs first moon landing since 1972. So, I'm just going to bypass this. Just going to bypass it. I didn't see nothing. I do have, though, some bridges for sale, some roads to nowhere, and some marshland, if anybody's interested. Hey, that's a good question, Jason. Jason says he gotta wonder if all the corn, if it's heirloom or any of it's GMO or that is a really good question. I would like to know myself, now that you mention it. It's probably GMO, though, because if it was grown here, it's probably GMO. We're like a major source for GMO grain. Because it's like banned in a bunch of countries. Not here, though, and you're not allowed to know that you're eating food with it. Because our FDA cares about you. Alright, let's do some headlines. And boogie. U.S. urges UN court not to rule against Israeli occupation. I find that interesting. First Russian bank receives Chinese credit rating. Why don't you give me a Chinese credit card? Starbucks tempts Chinese clients with pork-flavored coffee. Go right ahead, homie. Kiev and Odessa are ours, says Medvedev. Okay. Sweden announces its largest ever Ukraine aid package. 1 killed, 8 wounded in terror attack in Israel. Let's see. UK could restrict arms sales to Israel, says Bloomberg. Biden disgraced U.S. with Putin insult, says Kremlin. Let's see. IMF close to unlocking funds for Ukraine, says Bloomberg. German giant overtakes Tesla as world's most valuable auto brand. Polish farmers want to humiliate Ukraine, says Zelensky aide. Now, I just think they don't give a damn about Ukraine. They're tired of suffering because of Ukraine. Biden too old for presidency, says a poll. You need a poll for that? It's not about the age anyway. It's about the fact that old Derp can't even walk up steps. I'll try it again. I'm trying to combine Frozen and Russian. It's not working out. Seize frozen Russian assets in Navalny's name, says German MP. Almost nobody believes Ukraine will win, says Hungarian PM. I know, right? I mean, give us all your heavy weapons, Kiev's security chief tells EU. Yeah, sure, why not? Putin test flies Russian strategic bomber. So, the President of the United States can't even go up, the stairs to a plane without falling on his face. And Putin is test flying strategic bombers. Yeah, that's a fair fight. Maker of Oreo cookies is staying in Russia, says CEO. You'll have yours, the Russians have theirs. What's wrong with Russian Oreo cookies? I mean, nothing wrong with that. Russia has their addictions too. Russia welcomes foreigners with traditional views because they got Oreo cookies. West is isolated, says Moscow. Russia secures victory in Donetsk. Biden family dog bit Secret Service dozens of times, says the media. I've heard about this several times. Putin says he was right about Biden. Okay, then. Speaking about the weather. Hang on, let me get screens, 5,000 screens, people, all their damn screens. I'll show you the best one. Doo-doo-doo. Bing! That was the sunset I took tonight. Needs to be more clouds in the sky to make it pretty. But I tried. That thing, though, that takes some pretty detailed pictures, I love it. I love it. I didn't go very far. That's just how clear of pictures it takes. It's freaking awesome. I don't know if you can see my old house from here. I don't know if it goes down far enough. Hang. What about... Oh, I said there needs to be more clouds to... I don't know if you can see my old house from here or not. I'd have to find the right street. Wait a minute. That it? That might be it. No, that ain't it. Huh. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Oops. No, I lost it. I think that's it right there. Yep, it is. That's where I used to live, right there. A little while back. But, anywho, it is cool, though, that you can get that kind of a detail. Comes in very, very handy. Well, will come in very handy. Okay, UK unveils new Russia sanctions. German Vice Chancellor accuses journalists of doing Moscow's bidding after probing question. Russia protects family values and children, says Tara Reid. Family values, you say, Tara? G7 finds experts to declare theft of Russian assets legal. Mess with Russia and you'll end up like Napoleon or Hitler, a German MP warns. Ukraine's EU bid stalled until summer, says Brussels. NASA head hopes for peace in space with Russia. Peace in space. Gotta have the echo, though, else don't sound right. Armenia suspended security pact with Russia, says PM. And that's it. We covered the rest. We covered the West. Fun. I'm definitely ready to relax. So, might not even go to bed right away. I might at least kick out one more paint job. So, it's fun playing with it. It's been a while since I played with that software, so I think I might do that. I'll do one of my digital camos next. Yay! Somewhere I've got a folder with a bunch of different camouflage texture sets, so I'm going to dig that up, I think. So anyway, I am going to get out of here and get on that, yo. And, God willing, I'll see all you cats Sunday night. So, if something big happens, and I mean something big, not gay aliens knocking out the telecom networks, but if something truly big happens, you know, I'll let you know. I'll either make a video or, if need be, go live. So, anyway, I am out of here. I hope you all have a good weekend. Have a good Shabbat. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.